Welcome all you Leos to your monthly reading for the month of June. And we've been focusing on the chakras since the beginning of the year, where we started off with the root chakra in January. Here we are 6 months later already. And so we're into the sixth chakra, which is the third eye. So for this month, in addition to asking the Creator what they want you to know about the month of June, we're also going to be looking into how can we strengthen our intuition? What advice does the Creator have for us? What does Spirit have for us in regards to building our intuition and our spiritual gifts? And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Energy Oracle cards. And FYI, any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. We're going to give these a shuffle. And these are going to represent just the general energies around June and around strengthening your intuition and gifts. So, one more time. All right. So, for our Leos, what would you like them to know about their month of June and their intuition, their spiritual gifts? Okay, they do want this one right here. Maybe. There we go. And you have hostilities, number 26. Save that card there. I'm just going to put that down here. And look at the energies for this. So this is defenses up and aggressive energy. And before I go further into this, what I'm going to be reading about here in regards to how this is impacting your ability to connect to your intuition, to connect to your spiritual gifts. I really feel like this is the hostilities is what you fear. You fear if you do just absorb and acknowledge that you have these gifts and put them into practice. I feel like there's this fear of what will people think, and it could be that if you have grown up in an organized religion, or there's just individuals that aren't very supportive of you, that you feel like they'll judge you, or they'll have harsh things, or there'll be repercussions. You'll be ostracized and thrown outside if you go beyond the scope of what is allowed, by family or friends, or by, like I said, religion, or whatever it might be. So that's where there's this aggressiveness, and that's why you have these defenses up, because you have these beliefs that have been kind of instilled with you over time. And this is kind of related to what happened to me as I was growing up, because when I grew up in Christianity for many years, like from when I was like 12 or 13 up until I was like 20 or 29, I was in the organized religion, different branches of Christianity. They have, Baptist and non-denominational and different things like that. I was in a few different kinds. But I always had this draw to higher spiritual things, including pulling cards and doing oracle. But we were always taught that was of the devil, and that was, not allowed. But I kept on getting drawn to it, to where I had to face this. And I just asked the Creator, I was like, so why am I having this desire to do this? And, why do I have this? Because I felt it was from God. And, the Creator said, basically kind of like the sword here. He goes, the sword can be used in different ways. You can be used like a knife can be used to open up someone for surgery to save their lives. It can be used to cut rope to set someone free. It can be used to harvest food, to cut food and prepare it. But also, yes, it can be used to stab people and hurt people and end people's lives. But he goes, it's the person that's wielding it, the person that's using it, is how the tool will be used. And so he goes, this is a tool. So why would you want to limit me from communicating with you in different ways? And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. And so however you're using something is what's important. So let that message come in there. They do still want me to read here. And it says, this card shows a man raising his sword in readiness to battle. When this card is upright, which it is, it reveals a situation where hostilities towards you are about to be or have already been engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or an out-and-out slander going on. This is different from a deceit card because the hostile energies are more apparent, more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time. But whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control. Allowing dishonoring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. So it may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. So this is about standing up and allowing yourself to express the authentic you in whatever way it is with your spiritual gifts, and really holding them back out of fear is just going to get tougher and tougher and tougher for you, and it's going to become an uglier and uglier feeling of not being your authentic self. It's almost like coming out in your life, where and everyone has this coming out in their life, whether it's you hear if it's about being gay, or if it's about not wanting to continue in the family business, or not wanting, to do certain things. It's everyone has these fears of letting the world down in some way. But what happens is this is you being the authentic you, and then these are the fears. If the fears are heavier and bigger than the ugly feelings of you not being authentic, you remain hidden until this ugly feeling of not being yourself outweighs the fears, and that's when you make the change. That's when you make the courageous step, because you just can't stand it anymore. So you can, of course, not wait until it gets to that point, but just know eventually it gets to that point where you just can't stand not being yourself, and it will eventually happen. We're also going to pull a card from this deck. And if you're new to my channel, what I do each month is I also take a tarot deck and I split out this major arcana from the 4 suits of the minor arcana. And this major arcana is like this card, where it represents the overall energy for the month. So we'll see what else the creator wants you to know about your gifts, about the month of June, and just expressing that. So for our Leos, what else would you like them to know for the month of June regarding to their intuition, their gifts, just the month overall? Okay, they do want that one right there. And you have the sun. And this is great because, Leo, you are ruled by the sun. So this is your energy, your brightness. And I love this for you with regards with everything we were talking about, because this basically says you are too bright to be hidden. The world needs you. It's time for you to express yourself. You can't hide yourself away when you're this bright. The planets all revolve around you, so it's an important thing for you to express yourself. And as well, they were wanting to say that with the sun doesn't ask anyone for permission to shine. It shines. It doesn't ask for anything back from anyone either. It just shines. It gives of itself, and whatever it does is whatever it does. And so I love that message coming in here for you with everything we were talking about before this. So not much more need to add to that. So we're going to go into the minor arcana, and the 4 suits of the minor arcana basically represent 4 different areas of your human experience. And we're going to start off with the fire element, which is normally the wands in the standard tarot, but in this deck they call it fire. And this represents your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. It's your energy. So this is what the creator wants you to know about your energetic adventure during the month of June. And of course, also regarding your intuition and your gifts. So for our Leos, what do you want them to know about their energetic adventure? There you go. And of course, you are a fire sign, so this is your element anyway. And you have the Two of Fire. And this is a beautiful card for you, because what the Two of Wands or the Two of Fire can mean is basically two things. The kind of the standard definition of it is that, you have this new passion, this new fire burning within you, and it's about planning, implementing it, taking steps toward putting that plan into action. But for me also, Spirit is really with the twos, it's about showing that there's two different places that you come from in regards to your energy. You can look at the energy of the human side that's rooted in fear, the conditional love, the rejection, all this human supposed to's, the expectations, the need to, the supposed to, the should, the have to, the must, all that conditions of conditional love that we have in our human place. And then the other, of course, is your higher self, your authentic self, that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that you really are, this bright star, right? And so you have these two places to choose from. In the Two of Fire, Two of Wands, basically is this message: whatever you focus on is what grows. If you focus on the fear, then that grows. If you focus on your brightness and your power, that grows instead. So there is this message about recognizing the power that you have. Wherever you invest and focus is where your energy flows and what grows in your life. We will get some additional information here through this Return of Spirit Oracle deck and just see what else the Creator wants you to know about your spiritual, energetic adventure during June. All right, so what else for our Leos, please? Okay, they do want that one right there. And you have the Violet Flame. That's fantastic. This is the violet flame. That's such the color of the crown chakra, which is, and also can be for the third eye chakra. Depends on, everyone has, like, when it comes to the third eye and the crown chakra, there's like some people say violet is the third eye and others say indigo is the third eye. But this basically both of them are about connecting to the spiritual realm anyway. So I love the violet flame is definitely coming in here saying, yes, this is the energy that you are able to tap into and to bring into this world. And I want to read from the book on this one, because she says things so beautifully. Says, most of us experience a dark or difficult time at some point or another in our lives, and though it may feel like it will never end or never be better, the Violet Flame card is here to tell you that it will be. The only way to conquer the shadows in our life is to turn off all the lights and face the darkness head on. This is a process of purification. The violet flame shines its light, right, providing you with the way and means to see your way out of the inner darkness once the shadows have been conquered. The experience you are having right now, although painful and challenging, is providing you with the means and opportunity to clearly see what is and is not working in your life anymore. Hiding away is not working in your life anymore. It can help you see how you have been allowing yourself to be in the world and how you've been holding yourself back. It can help bring the clarity to recognize the people who help serve your highest good and those who do not. In the center of this fractal image is the symbol of the bat. And if you look, I don't know if you can see it there, but right there in the center, there's a little fractal image of a bat. And in animal medicine, the bat is a symbol of change. He holds the light of the violet flame for you as a means of guiding you through this process of change. When you do make your way back, you will find that neither you nor your life is exactly the same as before. Change is an inevitable part of the process. It is nearly complete, sweet soul. Just know that once you have made your way through, you will be stronger, both within yourself and on your journey. You will have more clarity about your path and how you want to walk it. Yes. So definitely, like we're talking about, you are ready to let go of those things that aren't serving anymore, of holding yourself back, and you're ready to make this movement forward. Now, this is your spiritual or your energetic kind of experiences. We'll talk about the mind, like your thoughts and that, and your emotions after that. But those three are all about the inner part. This next one that we're going to look at, which is the earth element, which is the Pentacles in the Standard Tarot, this represents the physical world, the outside world, the stage on which you're acting out this play through this character that you came here as, and also includes all the other characters that are on stage with you, the props, your body, your possessions, the situations you're in, everything going on outside of you. So this is just going to be what the Creator wants you to know about your physical adventure during the month of June, and also how it relates to expressing your gifts or making your intuition stronger, or activating your gifts. So Leos, for our Leos, what do you want them to know about their physical adventure, please? Okay, I want this one right there. Yeah, 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. So endings and new beginnings. I mean, you have the sun, which is 19. You add 9 and 1 together, you get 10. So you do have this endings and new beginnings that are happening, which we already knew with this violet flame, that you're letting some things go that are no longer serving you, and you're bringing in this abundant feeling, this wholeness that's coming to you because of this journey that you're on. The earth, or the Pentacles, does have to do somewhat about your worth and how you're expressing that or finding that in the external world. And with the 10 of Pentacles, this is showing that you have found something that makes you feel this wholeness, and that makes sense with you're ready to leave behind this feeling of not feeling worthy and this feeling of smallness. And you, as you express yourself, you get all this power back. You feel very empowered and very like you belong here, no longer like you have to hide because you feel like you're a misfit. Instead, you are really embracing your wholeness and completeness, and that's what's coming in here. We're also going to pull from the Elemental Oracle and see what else they want you to know about this, but that is a beautiful card here, the 10 of Earth, the 10 of Pentacles. All right, so for our Leos, what else do you want them to know about their physical experience? 2, okay. They said, boom, boom, you get 2 for this one. You've got Atoms, which is about building, card number 40. And then you also have movement, speed, card number 42. So I love this. So you're definitely building something in your life now. And the atoms, I love that, you know, at the core of everything, scientists and everything have found when they get into quantum physics and different things, when you get down to a certain magnification of everything, that it's kind of built of the same type of energies. And I believe that if you went small enough, you would see that it is the exact same energy, and it's that essence of the unconditional love of the Creator of all things. That's what's at the core of everything. And so when this atom is coming in, this building that it's talking about, this is this energy, this is this foundation that you're building for yourself, that you're getting this solid foundation that's filling you up, and it's kind of rolling out into the physical world as well. And this movement and the speed basically is telling me that you are ready. You're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and compressed and depressed. You're ready to shine bright. And so I love that. And they do want me to read this one out of the two. So movement, savor the experiences of your life. Be mindful and aware of the speed in which you do activities, such as eating and working. Do not waste time, but understand the discernment of taking quality time. Scientifically, the speed of an object is the magnitude of its velocity. It's an element we don't think about much unless we think of it in terms of our cars when obeying the speed limit, or in fast transport such as aeroplanes and how long it takes to get somewhere. Speed then has the dimensions of distance divided by time, although it is a key element that fits into many physical laws. For example, velocity describes both how fast and which direction an object is moving, and the steady speed of light is key to many calculations in astrophysics. We first begin to understand the concept of speed as children when we begin to observe the concept of overtaking or one thing traveling faster than another. It's possibly also when we first get our competitive urges. It is often said that as you are growing up, time seems to pass very slowly, and we cannot wait to grow up. And then conversely, as we age, time goes quickly as we know it's running out. We live in a speedy society, and knowing when to slow down can be the difference between balance and imbalance. Slow cooking, slow travel, taking time to think and process and exercise self-care require a willingness to slow down enough to savor them. And the element of this is air. So yeah, definitely this time and the speed that comes in is also, as you discover this gift and as you decide this, suddenly you're like, oh, there's so much that I feel I need to do with it. And it's like, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey as it unfolds, because it's all about the process and all about the journey. There's not somewhere you need to get to in order to be lovable and acceptable and successful. You have that right here, right now, in this moment. So no need to run, rush. Enjoy the process as this fills you up and unfolds and rolls out into the physical world. And then we actually are moving into the air element, which is the sword suit in the standard tarot. And this is your mind, so it's your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. This is the mental adventure that you have during the month of June. So for our Leos, what would you like them to know about their mental adventure? Okay, then you want that one right there. And you have the 8 of air, 8 of swords. And this is a beautiful awareness because the 8s are about kind of moving to the next level, which we already talked about, you're ready to do. And this is in the area of your thoughts and your beliefs. So you are ready to step up, and there's like a lot of awareness that comes from this, in that what was making you feel bound and trapped and blinded was your beliefs, your thoughts, your attitudes, the stuff that you were told growing up on what things should be and supposed to be, need to be, and you're questioning those now to go, is that really what I believe? Or am I just believing it just because that's what I was told? And does it sit right with me? And so there's no pressure that you have to give up anything, but as you're going through this process, you question stuff and you go, like for me, there was a lot of judgment in a lot of the religions that I grew up in, and it never felt right with me. I was like, no, I don't feel like the Creator's, love for us is conditional. I feel it's unconditional. Like as a as an uncle, I was like, no matter what my, nieces and my nephew do, I'm never going to stop loving them. I would never wish them to be punished and put in a place of hell or anything like that, And I'm like, if I am capable of that, how much more capable of having that type of love is the creator of all things? And that's why I usually don't use the term God, because it relates to me, this judgmental person that's waiting for us to make a mistake and go, aha, you messed up. Now you need my forgiveness, Instead, it's like, that's why I call it the creator, or the mother and father of all things, or the big kahuna. You come up with your own personal name, a nickname for each other, because that's the kind of relationship that you have. And so you have this transformation that takes place, and you don't have to keep believing the stuff that doesn't sit right with you. You get to question it, and you get to decide what it means for you. And I love that for you. We're also going to pull a card here from the numerology guidance cards, see what else they want you to know about your mental adventure. All right, so what else for our Leos, please? Okay, that one right there. Yeah, spiritual partnership. And so I really feel like this is exactly, and especially with the violet, the purples coming in here, this is the spiritual partnership with the creator, with the spirit world, with your angels, your guardian angel, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, the creator itself, the spirit world, all those beings of unconditional love and light. I feel like this is really moving into partnership with them, and in this new way. They don't even want you to read from the book on this one, because they're like, yeah, we're going off book. This is about developing this relationship in your own special way. They're showing me, I used to look at organized, and I never disorganized religion, saying we shouldn't have it, because organized religion is a lot of how many of us first are introduced to the creator. But it's more like a party. Like, you go to this party because people invited you, and like, hey, come to this party that we're having, this get together. We have this person we want you to meet. We think they're awesome. And so you go to the party, and then your friend's like, before we introduce you to him, we're just gonna, tell you a little bit about them. They're going to be a little judgmental. Just be aware of what you say about them. Just really give them a lot of respect. Don't step out of line. They're worth it. It's really awesome. And you're like, okay. And then they introduce you to God, right? And then you start talking with them, and you start to have this conversation, and you're like, wait a minute. You're so much different than what the perception of everyone else was telling me about you. And you start this personal relationship instead. You're like, hey, do you want to go grab some coffee? Yeah, let's get out of here. And you don't just have a relationship at the party. That's it's not a friendship, that's an acquaintance, right? When you're like, oh, when do you see them? Oh, I only see them at parties. Well, it's not really a relationship, right? It's just someone that you hang out with in the group event. But this is about having this personal relationship, this partnership, this being a co-creator with the creator for your life, that they want to have this intimate one-on-one relationship outside of everything else, outside the group with you. And this is this change that's happening with all of that. So I love that. And then the final element we go into is the water element, which is the cup suit in the standard tarot. This, of course, is your emotions. And so this is going to represent your emotional adventure during the month of June, and also in relation to your spiritual gifts that definitely is coming out here, that it is time for this next level, for this relationship, for this expansion. So what else for our Leos? What do you want them to know about their emotional adventure? Okay, that one right there. Eight of Waters. Eight of Cups. So this is like this 8, you're ready to move to this new level. This is like leaving behind these old thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, and this is leaving behind the emotions those emotional beliefs that no longer serve you as well. So you are moving up, definitely with this movement card, with these cards moving to this new level, the 10s with endings and new beginnings. It is about this movement and this change that's coming. I love it. And then the final card we'll pick for you is from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And because it's going to be here, it can be also more about your emotional adventure during this month. Because it's the last card, though, too, we're going to allow it to be a wild card. So it can be whatever else the Creator wants you to know about the month of June, or about your spiritual gifts, or strengthening your intuition. All right, so for our Leos, what's your final message? Okay, actually, they do want that one right there. And you have growth, waxing crescent. 5s, this is a number 5, is about change. And it mentioned over here that this is about change coming, right? So you do have this growth. I mean, it fits into everything that we've been talking about. You're ready for this next step. You're ready to grow beyond where you were at. Reject stagnancy. To get unstuck, take action. The choice to grow should be made. Expect growing pains when making huge changes in your life. Change is a natural part of life and cannot be pushed against forever. Change should have aim and purpose. So be courageous. You will blossom, definitely. And the affirmation for this card is, I choose growth. It goes on to say, think of a willow tree. Willows often grow on the sandy banks of highly shiftable and changeable rivers, yet they reach huge sizes, successfully growing and holding fast in an unpredictable habitat. How do they do this? When you see a young willow on the banks for a long while, it just looks like a little feeble stick. It may have a few branches and a few leaves, but at first, the trunk will be fine and flexible rather than robust. What we don't see immediately is the root base. The willow spends a lot of time establishing a veritable root city under the surface. And these roots are long and strong and very numerous, finding their way into many nooks and crannies, holding on to rocks, other established tree roots, and anything that can help with their stability. These roots go off in all directions, thus securing their position just in case the earth begins to shift. Then and only then, once these root networks are established well enough, does the willow put its energy into further growth. So the trunk begins to thicken and widen and harden and travel upwards to the sky. However, as they grow, the branches have little of the trunk's supportive thickness. They have instead the instruction that they must be flexible. Flexible means they can turn with the sun and survive punishing winds that might threaten to topple the rest of the tree. All of this growth is done with purpose and divine strategy. The waxing lunar cycle, which this talks about here, calls for growth, but not growth without aim or purpose. When we understand our current position, accept it, and decide to change, we will naturally grow as people. We might experience some growing pains. After all, transformation of any kind is rarely completely easy and trouble-free. Having a strong intention of what the results of our growth will be helps with gaining the courage and resilience to move forward with our growth and into the eventual blossoming of our true self. And the companion stone for that, if you're into stones and metals, is charoite. I think it's how you say it. I'll probably murdered that. It's CHAROITE. So perfect here. And I love that about the root system that it talked about here, because it's like everything that you've been going through up to this point has been on purpose, for purpose, allowing your roots to grow deep and clinging on to things, some root things that are going to help you have the stability. But it's like everything that we're hearing here and reading here was about movement forward. It's time for that. It's like the root system is in place and it's developed, and it's time for you to shoot up now and head toward the sky and have that your trunk, thicken up and and move forward and become have it be seen outside, above the ground, above the surface now. So that's been over and over and over in here. So a very clear message for you, which is amazing, because you definitely have something that the spirit world wants you to bring forward, and it's for the benefit of the entire planet. So connect higher and higher, embrace your gifts. Don't be afraid, because you are going to blossom. And again, the world needs what you have to offer. You're here on purpose, for a purpose, and I love this for you. All right, Leos, shine, shine bright. And don't have anything else for this reading, but if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these monthly readings by zodiac sign, I also put out weekly energy updates for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, that'll give you access to this notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing any of those things just helps spread the love and really helps my channel grow. Because when you like a video, you share a video, you comment on a video, and especially if you subscribe to the channel, it makes the YouTube algorithm so excited. It wants to share the videos of that channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am definitely grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all you beautiful Leos, as you go through this amazing month, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing month, but I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.